Hello and welcome to your nightly adult entertainment here at the Guardian Talk Radio. We are officially at episode number 60. Yeah. And of course, I am your humble host and hunter main, Armalite, and tonight's topic is going to be the Airborne Effectiveness and the TWAB. That's basically what tonight's topic is going to be about. However, do me a quick favor before we actually get started and show that like and sub button some love by gently caressing them with your fingertips as if it was a lover on prom night. I greatly appreciate it. And now, let's go ahead and get into the show. First off, of course, you gotta be here to see my beautiful face. And then I went ahead and basically got the Discord set up. Not sure if anybody gonna show up, but we'll find out. See if anybody's got anything they gotta say about it. About the whole charade, the drama. We love drama somewhat. Oh my god, the drama with Airborne Effectiveness. Oh, it's got everybody all up in arms, all bothered and everything. It's crazy. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to this because this is where all the magic actually happens. So, and I'm just going to keep it on this, but I do kind of okay. So, generally the idea behind like what it is that I'm trying to do is not really so much as focus on what my opinions are, because generally it really doesn't matter what my opinion is. Especially about something like this, because apparently Airborne Effectiveness is what really, you know, puts the hurt on PvP players more than it does PvE. I guess it does affect those in PvE. Now I went into Crucible. It's just as sweaty as any other time. That hasn't changed, you know. And I mean, maybe you're just not going to get sniped by a mile away from somebody with a sniper rifle up in midair, you know. I mean, hey, you know, like I said, it's not really up to what I think, it's up to what you all think, right? So now technically I was just going to do just the TWAB tonight, but I was one of my guys in my Discord asked me earlier on today if I would possibly talk about it. And with me, I'm not going to sit here be a negative Nancy. I'm not going to sit here and bitch and whine and moan about it. You know, really, this is where we should have conversations, not sit here and act like a bunch of children and piss and moan because something that the Bungie has done, make changes. You know, I mean, it's almost like the whole slide nerf, right? But it seems like it's the opposite side of the court that's freaking out about it. And I guess, and some people are going to be hyperbolic about it. They're going to try to make it like, oh my god, this is like, some people will be, oh, this is how Bungie wants you to play. So you just kind of walk around and you just shoot somebody with a shotgun. It's like, okay, being a little bit obtuse here, but I guess I can see the funny in it. Sure. But, you know, I guess my question is, you know, while everybody is focused on just this one thing, my question is, okay, what is it that Bungie has in their goodie bag that we don't know about is the reason why they made this change, and why did they make it the change now? That would be a really good question for me to ask. And some people will be, oh, well, they just want to do it because Bungie could do whatever the fuck they want. And it's like, well, yeah, it's their game, you know. If you don't like it, you know, don't pay for it. You know, it's people try to, you know, try to make it worse than what it is, or they try to complicate the situation. But everybody's got their opinion. Everybody feels passionate about this game. I get it. Some people just do it because, oh, I'm just going to hop on the bandwagon and make a video on YouTube to just talk shit because I want attention, you know, even though that they're not making any arguments. They're just basically just trying to inflame a fan base, or they're trying to convince the already convinced, you know. Especially, you can always tell by going to their comment section, because most of them are like, oh, well, I quit Destiny a long time ago. It's like, okay. Nobody misses you, just so you know. You want to brag about it, nobody cares. Nobody misses you, trust me. It's not like anybody's going to sit here and beg you to come back. You know, you won't miss out, you won't miss out. That's how it is. I'm sorry. So, but I think this would be a good opportunity, and I can actually pull this up. See, I can actually still watch everything on this screen, and I can have this up. Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna get this whole YouTube thing down eventually. So, okay, make sure we're all good here. All right, turn that down, and let's see. Let's go take a look at what people are saying. And let's go here, go here. We'll go to everybody's favorite website, Twitter. Okay, so probably no. Okay, let's see here. I want to go to, let me go to my notifications, because I'll just go straight to the source. There's all kinds of comments about it in the TWAB of today's TWAB. I know a lot of people, and today's TWAB was actually very extremely light. So, I mean, it wasn't like extravagant or anything like that. So, it was extremely light today. So, but most people are showing how they feel, they're showing their emotions on how they feel about the whole AE change. I'm just going to say AE change, because by at this point you should kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So because you get people, you know, revert the in-air change. Let's see. And of course you get somebody like this. Come on, Bungie, out of touch with the community yet again. I think the numbers showed last week for trials was a positive thing. Nobody liked flawless pulls and zone captures. That actually, I did want to touch on that just a little bit, since we're kind of like in that same realm. So I kind of want to point something out here, which I see a lot of negativity when it came to the whole trials thing. You know what? While I'm actually thinking about it, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out. So the whole trials thing, there was a bug, right? And with the whole matchmaking. So basically it was like people claimed, oh, it was like the wild, wild west. You know, you could get match made with anybody and everybody, and there was no flawless pool. So all weekend. That's all it was. And I'm just thinking, wait, let's slow down. Whoa, pump the fucking brakes here. Y'all bitching about this? This is what you chose to bitch about? Do you not remember? Not too long ago, everybody was whining about, please change trials back to week 1. Take it back to week 1. Like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Like, seriously, this is fucking weird. I'm like in a twilight zone here, because that makes no fucking sense to me. Why is it that people are like, I mean, obviously this person wasn't actually bitching about it, but I've seen others that were complaining about it. Some people were saying, hey, don't go into trials because of this is happening. And it's like, wait, but this is what y'all wanted to begin with. And it showed that the numbers were actually impressive. They were actually up from previous. So I don't understand. I don't get it. It makes no sense. So those of you that may be like complaining about that, and it's like, bro, you guys were just begging for Bungie to revert it back to the way it was, like in week 1, where basically it almost felt like a handout, because hell, I was even able to go flawless, and I suck. I mean, I had to work for it, but at the same time, it kind of did feel like it was a little bit of a handout. And from how I understand it, that's how it was this past weekend. So, who knows? I'm just saying. So, yeah, most of these are like remove AE, revert the AE back to the way it was. Someone posts no mention of trials, AE Father's Day. How more must, I should say, how much more must we suffer? Chill. I could care less if they talk about, at least like Father's Day. Really? No, we all know nobody gives a damn. I mean, just come on. So anyways, mentioning another about Father's Day would offend the fatherless, and Bungie can't be offending people. It would be bad for the image. People are just okay, whatever. I mean, if it boils down to like you need your this is what I want to say about it. If you need a gaming company to acknowledge about Father's Day, sounds like you got a lot more going on in your life that you need to get fixed. Just saying, okay? And I'm a father myself, but I don't need a gaming company to praise me in any kind of way. It's like, no, why? It's like, bro, chill, okay? Being with my family is good enough. I don't need a gaming company to praise me for it. It's whatever. It was just something else to add on to the pile. You know, some people I've noticed is they'll take something that could be controversial or could be questioned, but then they want to pile on a bunch of other shit just to justify that first topic. You know, just like that. They didn't talk about AE, they didn't talk about trials. Well, obviously trials must have done pretty well because the numbers showed that more people were going flawless over this past weekend. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Go check it out. I don't know how to look it up myself, or I would put it up here. I might check that out later. Maybe I'll figure it out. But still, okay. But just because it was AE, then we got it like, oh, they didn't talk about AE. They didn't talk about the trials. They didn't talk about Father's Day. They didn't talk about the Easter Bunny. They didn't talk about Santa Claus. Fuck Bungie. Like, bro, really? Like, come on. I mean, do you really need to just keep piling it on? Like, does it really matter to you that much? Okay, cool. Okay, we'll just move on from that. Just mainly everybody. Some people are asking to replace the flawless pool with freelance. So basically that's, you could either have regular trials or you got freelance, which I think freelance kind of works, but I would have to actually see the numbers. You know, no matter what people say, you know, you got to go by what the numbers say as well when it comes to like keeping track of everything, because, you know, 15-20 people may say these things, but that doesn't mean that it's correct because they said it on Twitter and then they maybe got, you know, let's say 100 likes on that post. Like, who cares? Like, for real. Especially whenever you have a multi-million player count that plays your game. 20, 30, even 100 people ain't gonna matter. Let's see. Okay, we're going to revert back, and I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what, let's do Bungie.net. I bet there's all kinds of shit on there by now. So let me just sign in there, PlayStation. And if I decide I want the my PC to read it for you guys, I can. I would prefer to keep it this way because I can have everything set up. I can still keep an eye on if anybody happens to pop in to the Discord, so I can kind of keep an eye on everything. So, but if I feel like something's significant enough, I can switch it over pretty easily. Let's see. Let's go to let's see if there's anything today. Okay, let's go to new. Okay, so there's a poll. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this play out. See what's going on here. Let's do it.
So this is about my second season of playing Trials. Beginning of last season I got to the lighthouse for the first time and it was super rewarding feeling, so ever since then, whenever I can, I've been running up the game mode to get better. To prevent me from sounding like I am trying to brag about it, all I will say I have improved my K.D and overall performance by a pretty significant amount. The only reason I am bringing this up is because while I enjoy the ease, for the most part, of running with a stacked team, I want to try and get the flawless seal, meaning I have to start doing carries. I also really want to help my close friend get to the lighthouse, because he has been wanting to go for forever, but he just hasn't been able to pull it off yet. This past weekend, as most know, matchmaking was bugged, so the flawless pool was disabled. Prior to this weekend, I thought that the only way a carry could be done would be if you did it into the non-flawless pool when it kicks in on Sundays. However, over this weekend I felt that the matchmaking wasn't really that sweaty and we got a good balance of good/bad/average players. Disclaimer, I did play on Sunday and Monday, which is typically known to be a little less sweaty. So for my long-term Trials players, do you guys find it better to do things like carries when there is a flawless pool or no flawless pool? I saw a lot of people were really enjoying Flawless Pool not being present, so I am just trying to get more opinions on it. I also thought of something. What if the Flawless Pool was removed, but if you were to go Flawless 1 week, you could choose to play in another form of trials that offered more loot/XP. Maybe even have a greater chance to get things like the ship and Sparrow from the chest. This way, for the players with more lethality, they can go play in this game mode to get the better loot chances. Higher risk, higher reward sort of thing. This way, for the players who like Flawless Pool due to it becoming a little easier to go flawless when everyone splits, they can still have a chance of having that experience, and the higher level players can still enjoy a highly competitive mode, and get more rewards for performing at that level. English.
Cool. Okay. Roll with me on this one just real quick, okay? I agree with a lot of what this person's saying, but hear me out, okay? Let's try to figure out. Let's try to figure out what it is. What is the point of trials? It's supposed to be basically the competitive realm, right? So, and that's basically, I assumed that's where the players with all this lethality, they can go play the game mode and get better loot. You know, the higher risk, higher reward thing. I mean, that's kind of what the whole trials is, you know? Instead of, you know, we can all remember getting dumped on, you know? I mean, it's almost like if you do that, then you're just kind of splitting the cake again from what it was. The cake is PvP all together, right? And then you split it down in the middle, right? And then you have one side of the cake that's for like the casual players. They could get some loot, you know, level up and actually have an experience there. And then you got the other side of the cake, which before trials ever came back, it was comp. Everybody played comp here in Destiny 2. I'm not talking about D1, I'm talking about Destiny 2. So, you basically cut the cake, and then you have the other side of the cake, you cut it again. One's comp and one's trials, but comp gets no love. You know, I think they did do some rework with comp, but eventually it was they took out all the different types of modes and just made it one type of mode for comp, I believe, if my memory serves me right. That's how it was. Okay. And then, so now you're taking that other half and you cut it in half, and then you're basically saying, okay, well, now you got comp, and then you have the trials, but you want to cut the piece for trials again in half. You're going to get a smaller piece of the pie, or the piece of the cake here, if you keep cutting it, you know? I mean, I understand, like, there are people that want to be able to pursue those higher tier, you know, things, like specific weapons and stuff like that, but you can only cut the cake so many times until, like, there's not enough to go around. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like that's a comfortable way of looking at it, you know? And you still have this other side of the cake where most of the players are actually at. And then, you know, trials is for top tier gamers and streamers. You know, that's kind of their thing. I mean, I agree with what a lot of this guy was saying, but I feel like you're just cutting the cake again. You're cutting it in half. You're cutting this section in half. Then you're going to want to cut it in half. You know, let's say, okay, let's say they have a different game mode that's like 4 trials, and they start putting weapons in there because a sparrow and a ship and a ghost is just not going to be enough. So they start putting other weapons in there. Well, they want to be able to funnel enough people in there, because what you're going to have is just a whole bunch of high tier players trying to play against each other, and you get those, like, you know, god tier teenagers that are just doing lines of G Fuel like every fucking day, you know, and they ain't got bills to pay, they ain't got shit to do, they're just gonna sit there and they gonna master this motherfucker, okay? Which is cool, but still, I just feel like you're cutting that cake more and more and more and more and more if you just keep doing that. And I don't feel like I don't know if we're going to get anywhere with this, because then they was like, oh, well, you should start putting weapons into this, and then everybody's like, well, we want to be able to get to those weapons too. So then they have to fix that, and then eventually then the higher tiers, what about them? It's like, well, let's cut the cake again. And it's just a repetitive repeat cycle, just a circular cycle that's just going to keep going and going and going. You know, I think I don't have all the answers. I can't tell you what Bungie should do. Honestly, it's not my place. But if I was to say, I think what they need to do is, you're going to have PvP. You want the cake, right? You want the cake. Cut that bitch in half. One half is where a majority of the player base is, and then the other half is trials. But I think what the problem is that people try to make Destiny competitive. So I would ask, do we really think that Destiny is going to be competitive? I mean, is it competitive? Can you treat it as such? Like Fortnite or Apex or any of those other games? Can you do that? I don't think so. Now with the abilities, and unless if they slowed us down to like something stupid, you know, where we don't even recognize the game anymore, just so that they can make it competitive. You know, I know a lot of people say, well, bring just like a gun game where no abilities, just gun game. It would probably be okay at first, but then nobody will end up playing it. So what's the point? Like, you say that's what you want, but in honest, probably it's not going to be what you want. So that's my point of view with this. So AFK farmers, I guess there's an AFK farm now for the containment. I haven't run into that yet, and I was playing a little bit of containment earlier. Let's see. Destiny 2. I think, let's see. What is this going to get me? Put it today, all. Let's see what kind of polls or people are putting up. We just read that one. Should there be a gambit invasion cooldown? Weapon crafting. Okay. So this person here, Link, I'm gonna let Gary do the reading for me. Okay, here you go.
AE is starting to leak into PvE now after some clips have risen of runs being killed because bullets aren't going where you're aiming with way more cases in PvP. Although it's very shocking to see a complete miss even with your target being completely still mid-air, members at Bungie seem adamant that you need to build into it, which is laughable. Just imagine if Titanfall 2 or Bo 3 punished in-air gameplay LMAO. people would just uninstall.
Okay. Sure. I mean, I guess you have to be a special kind of person to be able to catch that, but I wasn't having any issues, to be honest. So I don't know. Okay. So those were the polls. Let's go to feedback. That's what I actually wanted. Filters, polls, all. Okay, let's see. Oh. Nope. You know what? I'm going to be honest. It seems like to me, most of these people that are complaining about AE are mainly on Twitter. Just saying. Like, I think that's what's going on here. So, let's see if I can navigate through this real quick. I guess that's where all the drama lies, is there on Twitter. Regardless. Let's see if I could just search. And we'll go to the latest. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. Maybe everybody's kind of taking a break for the night, and then they'll up it again tomorrow. Okay. Hell, I think I had more of an opinion on the whole trials than I did on AE. The AE adjustment. I mean, I've seen the clips that, and yeah, if I took it at face value, I mean, yeah, that's kind of strange, and hopefully, you know, maybe Bungie would kind of look into that. But my question is if it's RNG, then how many times did that person have to try to do it to get it? And then I'll be asking, is it really that big of a deal? Because you want to be able to, like, here's my argument, I guess, if I want to play devil's advocate. What's the point of, I mean, yeah, you would like to have the opportunity to be able to map somebody across the freaking map up in the midair, way far away from everybody else with your sniper rifle, but you can't now. You know, I guess unless if that's what you want to specifically build into, and then I guess that's still not a thing. I don't know. Now I would say, like, I really haven't seen any, like, I've seen some weird clips, like shotguns, like someone was like up in the midair and the opponent wasn't very far from them, so they were basically, you know, they would shoot the shotgun and it's like it didn't even hit them, or they just like throwing stones or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? That's a little odd. It's almost looks like a goddamn shotgun nerf. I don't know if it's kind of weird because people will complain about people flying all over the place or jumping all over the place, especially with stompies, but all of a sudden, you know, stompies gets nerfed, which people say, well, it was justified, it wasn't justified, and it's like, I don't even use stompies, but like I don't use it, but like just a way to, if I need to get somewhere. That's it. It's like a utility. It's like a pocket knife I keep in my pocket. That's it. That's all I use those things for. Like, I hate using stompies. I'm more of like a Lucky Pants. Lucky Pants is more my style. I like Lucky Pants because I typically run with a bow and hand cannon. But yeah, oh shit. Well, it looks like the only way you're gonna actually get anywhere if you go to the Bungie, and then if you go to like their TWAB. That seems to be like the only thing. And most of it's like nobody's really like making any kind of statements or anything. I had an idea on I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. There's no point. I'm not gonna waste my fucking time. It was one of those videos that came because I was trying to do a little bit of kind of like research or whatever, trying to see what it is that people were talking about, but it was nah, I'm not even gonna waste my damn time. Let's see. Disappointing short TWAB. Wish the season was better. This 4th week and it feels just boring. Please announce anything good this season. Yeah. Bunch of negativity. So much negative. Like, everybody's so sensitive. Like, to be honest, I was like, okay, when it comes to the whole AE issue, like I said, I still feel like it's a lot like the whole shotgun nerf. Because didn't we, or not shotgun nerf, the slide nerf. People flipped out about the whole situation. You know, they were basically taking care, like everybody was like, there were people that were okay about the slide nerf, but they're not okay with the whole, I have to build into this, and it's like, maybe there's something that's not exactly correct. And Bungie has stated that they're investigating some of those issues with some of the exotics that are not operating the way that they should be. But it's like one side was pissed off because they can't slide shotgun all over the damn place, but there was a lot of people who were like, oh yeah, but it's kind of weird because now it's like the other side, and people are all up in arms about, like, because they can't floaty ferry up into the sky and shoot somebody from a mile away with a sniper rifle. Now there could be like I was saying, like with the shotgun, you know, that was kind of finicky. It was kind of weird. And let's say if you had a hand cannon, someone was able to slow it down, and you kind of see it's like, hey, I was aiming right at his head. He wasn't like across the map or anything, and I was like tickling him with it. Like, what the fuck? I mean, half the time I feel like my guns tickle everybody else versus their guns. They're like they're actually putting holes into me. So sometimes I was like, man, I feel like I'm not doing any damage, and there's no light level advantage, so that can't be the case. I don't fucking know. Maybe I just suck. So that could be a one thing. So Okay. And we are coming up on our 40. We're actually at 40 minutes. This is probably going to be another extremely short show as well, like last night. But I figure I'd try to put this out. I noticed that my channel is actually starting to pick up momentum, like really weird. Because my last few videos, usually like after I get past that 24-hour mark, I stop getting views altogether. But for some reason, I'm starting to get a couple more views here and there. Like, it's still consistent for some reason. So I feel like, okay, I feel something here. So maybe if I do another video or another stream and do another one and just see if this ball is being pushed somewhere, and if it just drops dead, I'm like, guess I gotta start over or figure just keep trying. But yeah, I kind of had this really weird feeling like it's actually being pushed somewhere. So not really a whole lot of people watching during the stream. It seems to be a lot after, like the next day or the next 2 days, people are catching on into the stream. Maybe if I could get on here sooner, that would be amazing. But unfortunately, I can't. You know, I got kids and they stay up all night. Not really, but they stay up, and it's like I would prefer to be able to do this right after work. You know, as soon as I get off work, I can bust in here, get a few hours in, get a nice like 3 or 4 hour stream going, and then boom, be done for the night. You know, instead of waiting till like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then it's like midnight by the time I go to bed. But it's cool. All right, we're here for a good time, not a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide that away, and so anyways, give me just a second. I need to quench my thirst here for a second. Okay, I'm going to do this. I almost had you. Yeah, it's been hot. It's been hot the past couple days. I live here in Missouri, so it's like it's hot today. The past couple days, so I'm having to drink a little bit more water. I need to drink more water. You know, coffee and monsters and soda every single day, all day long. It's not exactly good for your health. So, but I figure it's like, man, I'm gonna start killing my kidneys if I don't stop. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna kind of start wrapping this up, but I did want to re-mention everything that we do here, or what I do here. This is, you know, a talk show and mainly focuses around other people to have an opinion. Whatever opinion I may have, those are mine alone, and I speak for nobody. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like I speak for the majority of the population of this game. No, that's not how this works. Okay, I have my opinions. I'm not an expert in the game. I play the game casually, like when I have time after work or on the weekends. You know, I'm not a dedicated streamer. I would love to be able to play Destiny any day, all day, and every day. You know, that would be nice. But can't exactly do that. Playing Destiny doesn't pay the bills. So, unfortunately, I have to work. But, and typically, even if I had all the time in the world, you know, I would only get so far. I mean, I could progress and get better, but I think I would still be at the mindset. It's like I still wouldn't act like I know what's best for the game. I can make suggestions, but I'm not gonna sit here sitting on some fucking pedestal thinking I know better. It's like somebody acting like they know how to fix a car because they've been driving all their lives. It's like it's the same concept. It's like just because you've been driving since you were 15, 16 years old, or if you were like 7 or whatever, some people, doesn't mean you know how to fix a car. Hell, most people don't even know how to change a tire or change the oil. So but there are people out there, and those are people we're gonna have to deal with. All right, you're not gonna get rid of them. That's how they are. That's how they like to be. Okay, that's just how it is. But for me, it's like I'll have my opinion. I'll express my opinion. My opinion can change as well. Like I may think this way, but if I get in a conversation with somebody and they, I'm not exactly what you would say gullible. I would say I tend to think somewhat more outside the box. Like I was just saying before, people are seeing this at face value, getting all butthurt about it, and then I'm just like, what is Bungie up to? What are they bringing to the game later? Like they're doing this whole thing right now, which over, we still have several weeks before the next season. What are they bringing next season? That may end up making more sense. Who knows? Just how I think. Now, I'm not the only one who thinks this way, of course. I'm sure there's quite a few other people that thought the same thing. And then you have a lot of people that just want to jump on this bandwagon because, I hate Bungie for some reason. It's like, man, you need to find something better to do. Like, instead of wasting all your fucking time hating on a video game developer. Like, seriously. It's like, stop. Okay? But hey, it's part of life. People are going to be haters, and you're not going to ever get rid of them, no matter what you do. You could block them out, you could do all the things, but you'll never get rid of them. The only way you can deal with them is deal with them head on. That's about it. So, and you may see that on this channel from time to time. So, but anyways, but I do have a Discord. Obviously, the link is in the description, so you're more than welcome to join. I've been here like this entire week. I've been bringing in a bunch of people for like the LFG purposes to try to up the population within the Discord. So I do have that as an incentive. And I'm going to probably do it some more over the next week, probably one more week, and then see where it goes after that. And because people come and go, and but I like to see if this actually does help. And I would also like to try to find somebody that will actually be interested in joining on the show, that may have that has strong opinions about the game, and that person wants to let the entire world know. I mean, it's cool, and I'm hoping that we can get to that point. That would be nice. And have on regulars and call-ins quite often and all that kind of stuff, all those things. And there's so much more that's coming down the line too. It's not just this, there's so much more, but I don't want to like spread myself out way too thin too early, because I'm still new at this and I'm still learning how to crawl. But anyways, we're actually getting just about 10 seconds into almost being 50 minutes. I think that's pretty good. If you've actually made it this far, you are the GOAT. You are the shit. you the bomb, okay? So I do appreciate you if you made it this far. And if you haven't already, do hit give a like and a sub, and come back, and feel free to hit me up in the comment section, live chat, go into Discord, hit me up. It's cool. I talk to anybody and everybody. I'm pretty chill, I would think. So, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this off since we are done with that. But right here it shows my member count. It shows right here 39 currently. All the homies. They're seeing a lot less white names on here, which is awesome, because the less white, that means like in my Discord you start out with a white name as in you're a new light, and then as you talk to people in chat, which we got chill chat, we got the Destiny 2, LFG, Fireteam, PvP, Raid, all the channels. Hell, I even, for the chill, I got a chilled voice for people just to kind of chillax, hang out in. I may make more than just one, but this is a good start. So, and there is talk. There's people actually talking, and it's to be honest, this is the first I've seen it, pretty active in a long time. So I'm pretty excited about it. So, but anyways, we're coming up at 52 minutes. Okay, I think we did pretty good for tonight. Usually I try to make them go an hour, but at this point I don't want to just sit here and drag it out for you, and just to be able to buy me some time. I think 50 minutes is good. But tomorrow, not sure exactly what I want to do. I'm kind of back and forth if I want to actually do like if I want to do another show like this, or if I just do like a chill gameplay where I just go shoot stuff, and you guys can come hang out and chat it up with me, and and kick it, stuff like that. I might do that just to like I don't know, call it what is it, Coliseum, not Coliseum, whatever, the deal on the moon with the Leviathan, you know what I mean. So I think I'm probably end up doing that for tomorrow night. So, and I'll get a thumbnail and all that kind of cool stuff. So, and but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Be sure to try to hit up the the show. I know it's late. I would prefer it to be sooner, but hey, I'm pretty sure there are some guardians out there that work that graveyard shift, man, and they could use a nice talk show to listen into. And I will do my best to try to stay as upbeat as possible, so I don't put you to sleep. But right now I'm putting people to sleep. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to head and get out here. So until I see you guardians again, you all stay classy. So later.